Oh hey, I'm back. It's your boy Yak. If you didn't know, Arknight Endfield has come out about 2 weeks ago, and we're going to talk about it. First impressions, how I feel, do I like it, do I not? Let's dive in. I don't know about you, but my feeds have just been a smattering of doom posting about Arknight Endfield. People just trashing the game. Then there's me, just casually sort of flopping my way through the world, low-key enjoying the game. And no, it's not because my polls went amazingly well.
Greetings, Administrator. The name's Ardelia, and I'm a geologist from Rhodes Island. My current focus is the correlations between geological disasters and the ether side.
As you can see, fate has chosen me to be an Ardelian main. Now, am I upset? No? Was I going for Ardelia? Also, no. Who did I want as my free unit, you ask? Well, if anyone answers that question with an answer other than Pokranichnik, can they be trusted with an opinion? Debatable. If you didn't know, if you haven't played the game, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Endfield Arknight is a sci-fi open world action game with heavy JRPG influences. If Star Ocean, The Tales of, and Xenoblade Chronicles had a three-way baby, that's sort of how I would describe the tone, story, and action combat. There is also equally important a factory building component to this game. I, however, am just not cool enough to have experienced those sort of gameplay simulations in my life. Besides, I guess you could say Power World, but I don't know if anyone's out here describing Power World as a factory simulator. I sure am not. But if you do, love that for you. The character designs in this game are really nice. It's nice to see an anime-style game not just be inundated with half-naked waifus. People who are wearing clothing in this game, which is chef's kiss. Now, I might be the outlier in the sentiment of that, but I digress. This might be a subtle sort of aesthetic appreciation thing, but the textures in the overworld and game in general are just so good. Like, aesthetically, it looks really good. Like the textures and stuff on like the metal and the boxes is really good. And I was saying how I really like how the models look in the world. Like in size comparison. Like buildings, clothing, armor, the ground, metal, wood. You can, like, they did such a, I would say for what the game is, it's a gotcha game, immaculate job sort of like fleshing that all out, so it's just very appealing to the eye, and also just the overall world, like the ratios, like how big you are in the sort of landscape of things, the camera angle, the distance from the angle, it just feels so lived in. And also the fact that you're a pole party, so you have a party of 4 characters. And they're always on field with you, whether you're in battle, whether you're wandering the overworld, whether you're sort of doing a quest. And also the NPCs in quest, like you follow them throughout the place, and it just makes everything feel so more lived in, engaged, and connected, which if you compare to like other big gachas, Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, I think that's one aspect that they don't do very well. Now, in terms of combat, it is simple but engaging. The whole premise of the combat system is you have a party of 4, and you're trying to trigger combos to do more damage, and different skills characters pair up with others to trigger more things more often and have bigger effects, and they can stack.
Your end awaits.
definitely adds an element of complexity compared to your sort of new wave standard gotcha game, action gotcha game. And this is coming from someone who plays Genshin, is a slave to Genshin, and gave up on Wuthering Waves. I only do have my units from level 20 to 40 in the range, so I am interested to take that with a grain of salt, my opinion, but I am interested to see sort of how this translates to more endgame, harder content, and higher levels. Now, the factory section does feel complex, but something upon first introduction, it does seem like it might be a little robust and tedious. However, as you sort of like mill your way through the simulations, you get a better understanding of like how it even works. It actually becomes one of those like low-key, more appealing aspects to the game. So you're getting like the best of both worlds with the factory, the battle, the story. It's a very sort of rounded sort of gaming experience. Now, this isn't just to blow smoke up the developers' asses. There is a point of contention. The gacha system. The people hate the gacha system. Hate it. Well, one reason it's gotten doom posted on reviews is because there's a whole fiasco thing with PayPal with people losing thousands of dollars. Now, if I start a new gacha game, I do not spend any money on the gacha game because I don't even know if I'm going to like the gacha game long term, so then I'm just wasting money. Also, if you would go look at the conversions of how much money you pay IRL money for the amount of sort of like wishing stuff, the conversions for the player are not good. Conversions for the player are not good. And also, the pity system on paper just feels bad. So, characters, weapon banner. Character banner. There are 3 limited characters per banner cycle. Each week, one of them is more featured. Now, to get a guarantee of that banner, you need 120 wishes. That 120 wish pity counter does not carry over to another banner. So, it just refreshes. It disappears if you have like 118 wishes. Not guaranteed next time. Now, there are different markers, like you'll for sure get a 6-star, but it might not be the one you want. Also, the weapon banner. The weapon banner in application does seem like it is slightly more friendly. You do get more 6-stars that show up, more weapons. However, I've seen a lot of videos of the infamous sort of Tectone Staff of Homo situation where there is a marker that like so many wishes you'll get a guaranteed 6-star, but you might never get your 6-star that you want/need. So I feel like they're going to have to fix that, because I don't know how you survive in a gacha game that's not like, you can't be less friendly to players than already big thriving gacha games, because people are going to leave their more established gacha for this if players don't feel like they're getting anything from it. I mean, it's been out for 2 weeks, so I feel like there's going to be some sort of adjustments. In my opinion, I was saying this in my Discord, that new gacha games that or live service games, you have to give it, unfortunately, like a year to sort of get themselves like settled into sort of an operating sort of base, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. However, this is not just all negative to wrap things up. To sandwich this, I want to compliment the direction, the voiceover performances. They're just very nice. There's depth there. There's motivation between the characters' choices. There's a lot of things are voiced. There's different accents, and it's not just like botched versions of it. It's very well executed, and the characters sound unique, have different personalities, and the harmony is sort of like, it just works. It just overall works, and I applaud the voice director and the talent that are behind these characters. Overall, to say, I'm really enjoying this game. It's not a game that I necessarily feel like I have to play all the time, log in, slogging away. I feel like it might lead to burnout, but I have friends who are further along than I am, much further, and the game is, what's out, been released, is quite large, so there's lots to do. So, how do you feel about Endfield so far? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like, I make videos like this because a lot of the times I feel like people aren't like conversing about things or topics about games in a more open way. So if you like conversations like this, give it a like. Give me a subscribe if you're nasty. Anyway, thanks for watching.